My wife works downtown. No one has left her building in 48 hours. Story by you/worldaway Tweety. She had said it was going to be a late night at the office. I remembered that first night well. 9:30 p.m. She still wasn't home. Was probably burning the midnight oil. The thought crossed me, in this sort of market, maybe that's fine. Jobs are a rarity. There are worse things than working hard. I forced myself under the covers, shut my eyes, and waited for sleep to take me. The next morning, when she wasn't splayed out beside me, I convinced myself she must have sauntered in at 11 p.m. and left at 6 a.m., having sprinted through her morning rituals before I'd even had time to separate the blinds. My first text to her was delivered at 8:48 a.m., sitting in the uncomfortable chair of my more uncomfortable cubicle. Work's really unaliving you, huh? A certain flavor of guilt washed over me when I realized I still didn't fully understand what her new job entailed. The title was project manager, but I always found the term nebulous. My mind shot back to words she'd mentioned when discussing it: neural networks and visual processing. They were coming up on a big project deliverable. I nodded, of course. I'd always nod. I put the phone down and subjected myself to the minutiae of the day. A watched pot never boils, after all. Soon, I'd get distracted, forget about everything, and then, I'd hear from her. Corporate bureaucracy held my attention for a few hours, when BCCT. My phone vibrated. I checked it immediately. A dumb meme from a friend I hadn't spoken to in ages. Great. Already, I was willing to cave on the internal rule I'd set for myself to not think about it. I sent her a new text, finally: "Hey hon, where are you?" And then, called her too, for good measure. Her voicemail played. "Hi, this is Ella. Ella. Hey. I cannot answer the phone. The phone. Right now, so you should try to call me back, yeah. Back, yeah. Hey. This is really sad." And then laughter as her sing-song Rihanna impression broke down and I heard the beep. I waited for the phone to buzz again. For a call back. Something. When there was nothing, the next thought was, is a good husband supposed to call the cops immediately when he doesn't know where his wife is? Or was I just overthinking things? I left work early and depersonalized the entire way home. Speeding on the freeway, stuck in traffic, waiting for the light to change, being colorblind, I go by traffic light position, pulling into the driveway, all of it done with no real lucidity. At home, pacing back and forth in slippers on the hardwood floor, 6 p.m. turned to 7 p.m. turned to 9. I'd occasionally grab the remote, flip through some random streaming service, hoping something the all-seeing algorithm suggested might pull me away from my anxiety, but nothing did. So, when 10 p.m. rolled around, I called the cops. After a brief transfer, once I clarified that my situation was urgent but perhaps not life or death urgent, the gruff voice on the other end of the line asked me when I'd last seen Ella, if this was unusual, and if she'd been going through anything recently, acting strangely, differently. Following my answer that yes, this was a little out of the ordinary, and no, nothing seemed off before today, he then got her car and license details from me, told me they'd ping her phone, and assured me they'd circle back as soon as they could. Maybe even send an officer to my house. They were on it, in short, words I found comforting before I realized that the boilerplate phrase was probably thrown around all the time by them. The bit of action I'd taken suddenly put my brain into motion. Coworkers. And yes, perhaps I was just overthinking, but still, coworkers. I spent too long workshopping the text messages to James and Preeti, her two colleagues I'd met at a couple of gatherings now. I wish people death when they cut me off in traffic. And yet, I overthink sincerity in text to strangers. Maybe try therapy? Her voice in my head. Not now, hon. I'm trying to find you. I sent the text, "Hey James, I hope